Hey everybody, how's it going? Like Butter here, and I got a Division video for you today. And I'm always going rogue in my videos, so I thought I would switch it up and record some gameplay of me hunting rogue since I'm playing solo in this video. And I wanted to go over the patch notes because the official patch notes for the 1.1 incursion update just hit the internet, I think, last night. So I wanted to talk about some of the changes that are being made and to bring this to your attention because there are some major things changing to like the crafting in this game, and I think it's going to be really helpful to get prepared for these changes. I'm going to put a link in the description so you guys can read along with me, or if you just want to, you know, watch the gameplay and listen, that's fine too. So at the top of the list, it says new features, Falcon Loss, which we already obviously knew about. Falcon Loss is a new incursion available in the Stuyvesant area. You must be level 30 and have completed the mission General Assembly to access this mission. The encounter is balanced for 4 players with high level gear. So we already knew everything about the incursion. It then goes in and talks about gear sets and that kind of thing. I mentioned that in my other video. They also touch on trading a bit, which we already know, assignments, which you already know, Dark Zone supply drops. I wanted to read a little bit about this. Dark Zone supply drops are a global event where the Strategic Homeland Defense Agency drops multiple supply caches to assist division agents. Supply drops will occur multiple times over the course of the day. The supply drops will contain non-contaminated gear of all types that will be ready to use without the need for extraction. These supply drops will be heavily sought after by other agents and enemy factions that roam the Dark Zone, so be ready for resistance. So we talked a little bit about gear score. It talks about how every non-vanity gear piece that can be found when your agent is level 30 has a gear score value. The higher an item's gear score, the stronger the item. The overall gear score of your agent can be seen in your main menu next to your player level. Gear score indicates the advancement of an agent. Other agents' gear scores are displayed next to their health bars. Improving your gear and increasing your overall gear score will grant your agent access to the most dangerous high-end challenges. So then it talks a little bit about the group spectator camera when you die in missions. But here's one of the biggest things that I wanted to talk about. So in the last patch, they were going to up the Phoenix credits that you got from certain named enemies. So now for a level 30 boss, you're going to get 1 to 3 Phoenix credits. For a level 31, you're going to get 2 to 4. And for a level 32, you're going to get 3 to 5, which is really good. It's unfortunate that they didn't put these in, you know, with the last update, but they were having some issues with it, so they didn't leave it in there. They had to take it out. Recalibrating high-end items will now cost normal credits instead of Phoenix credits. So when you're recalibrating an item, it no longer costs Phoenix credits. I can't tell you how many Phoenix credits I've spent on recalibrating armor and sometimes even losing my Phoenix credits because there's like a bug where you pick something that you want to recalibrate and it gives you something else. Same thing is going to be happening with the Church Safe House, which is in DZ06. It sells items for DZ credits instead of Phoenix credits. Ranks requirements for superior and high-end quality items at the Dark Zone vendors have been adjusted, so they are just changing around the items that you can get from the vendors. They added a new Dark Zone bracket for characters with gear score of 160 plus. So this will make it a little bit more fair because you're not going to have a player who just hit level 30 coming into the Dark Zone getting 3 shots. So for those of you guys who just hit level 30, this is really good news for you. Now, crafting is what I want to talk about the most in this video because the changes to crafting are ginormous, and I'm going to tell you guys why I think they did this and you know, what I think it's going to do to the game, etc, etc. So the first bullet point says increase costs for converting crafting materials and crafting high-end items. It costs 10 standard green materials instead of 5 to craft 1 specialized blue material, and it costs 15 specialized blue materials instead of 5 to craft 1 high-end gold material. Now this seems like really drastic, right? We're going from 5 to 15 and from 5 to 10, which are major changes. And then it's going to cost 10 high-end gold materials instead of 8 to craft 1 level 31 high-end gold. So it's almost like they don't want people getting the best gear in the game from crafting. It looks like maybe They made it a little bit too easy to craft the items that are really, really good. So it looks like they're downing that. And some people may be really upset about this, but if it was me, I would get into that dark zone as soon as you guys can, and hold on to as many materials as possible, because they're going to be changing out the blueprints in the dark zone, and also in the base of operations. The blueprints are going to get swapped out. So if you have any hope of being able to craft anything at all, you're definitely going to want to hold on to some materials there. On top of that, they also changed the deconstruction. The deconstruction got nerfed as well. Deconstructing a green is going to only give you 1 standard material instead of 2, and same thing with gold. So if you deconstruct a gold, say a high-end material or high-end gun, you're only going to get 1 item from that. So it really seems like they're kind of cracking down on crafting, and they want crafting to be a lot less common. And in the next line, like I said before, added new level 31 and 32 high-end item blueprints to vendors, which is cool because, level 32, at least we know that there's higher level guns being put in. Remove division tech requirements for some level 31 high-end blueprints. I actually didn't read that the first time I read through, so it's going to be a lot less of a hassle, I guess, for division techs. However, you're still going to have to grind for those items. But the cool thing about this is you're going to have to run around and go to the stores a little bit more often to get your materials, instead of just straight up, going in and deconstructing everything. So you may see, you may think that it's a huge change, but I think it'll be okay. I don't think it'll be that big of a deal. I know it costs a lot more to craft things, and you get a lot less for deconstructing. But I think the reason for this is because when you get your gear score, I think you're going to see a lot more golds dropping, a lot more common, because we're going to have set items now. We're going to have higher end drops. We're gonna have level 32 drops. So I think golds, like level 31s and level 30 golds, are gonna be a lot more regular, which would kind of offset this a little bit. I know it's gonna be a bit hard for some of you guys, but in my opinion, I think you guys should get into the dark zone as soon as possible and make sure that you stack up as many materials as you possibly can before this nerf, or we're going to be struggling to, craft weapons and craft things. So just wanted to bring this to your attention to let you guys know what the big changes are going to be. They also, talked about a bunch of bug fixes and stuff. And apparently they added a gamepad dead zone calibration and settings for all platforms. I'm not too sure what that means, but that's just for the UI. But anyways, I wanted to share this info with you. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you like the changes that they're making to crafting? Do you think crafting is a little bit too easy the way it is now? Or do you think this is going to make it extremely hard to take materials and to make weapons and make guns and all that stuff? So I want to hear your opinions, guys. Definitely kind of intrigued by what their idea was behind these massive changes, no pun intended there, but I really want to see what Massive has in mind for the future of the game and see why these changes are happening. Thanks for watching this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, be sure to drop the video a like, and I will talk to you guys next time. Take care, everybody.